Hi guys, today is Tuesday and I think it's May 26th. We had a nice long weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday was Memorial Day and a lot of people went outside and did a lot of things, and some people didn't wear masks when they went out and some people didn't social distance. I did, but I kind of did a really bad thing. I went out in my friend's boat and I forgot to reapply sunscreen, so I have a really hurty forehead and a really red nose, even a little red chin. Thankfully I was wearing long sleeves, so that didn't get sunburnt, but I got a little bit on the tops of my feet because I forgot to reapply my sunscreen. Don't do that, especially when you're out on the water. That was kind of a silly thing to do. And so today I'm keeping my hair back because it kind of hurts to have it in my face, and my nose is like on fire, so I keep putting cream on it. And I'm staying inside, so I'm doing things like cleaning, vacuuming. I've got to get some stuff in boxes to mail and kind of stuff like that. So I'm just kind of I was trying to get the upstairs vacuumed while the girls were outside because Annie is very afraid of the vacuum cleaner and that makes Stella afraid. But anyway, so today is May 26th, 2020. So 26 is written 2 around and back on a railroad track, 222, and a 0. No, I'm sorry, it's not a 0. We don't write 6 like a 0. You guys know that. We write a loop and a line. No, that's a 9. What is with you today, Miss Patty? I think maybe my brain got sunburned. A 6 is a line and a loop, now that I've confused you. So a 2 around and back on a railroad track, 2, 2, 2, and a 6, a line and a loop. Mr. 6 rolls that hoop, and he rolls it where? On the floor. Can't roll it up in the air. That would be a 9. Now, we do have some things to add here, because the other day when we met, it was only the 22nd, so we have to add a dot for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. I keep thinking it's Monday because we had a long weekend, but it's Tuesday. Mr. Larry is downstairs working. So here we go. Let's count the dots in this tens frame, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 26 is 10 plus 10, because we have 2 full tens frames, plus 6. That equals 26. 2 tens plus 6 ones. So let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Good. Now, if you are going into kindergarten, you need to be working on counting those numbers all the way up to 100. And I don't know, you might want to see, does Mommy still have your 100s chart around? You need to start doing that, and also counting by tens. You remember how to do that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And you can also count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So be working on that. You know, count every day. It's a good thing to do. I usually count every day. I don't know why I do. I just do it. It's a habit. I count things. Anyway, okay, so I told you about my sunburn. Not a good thing. But guess what? When I went out on the boat with my friends, we went sort of near Baltimore, and we went out on a river, the Patapsco River, I believe, and then we kind of went out into the Chesapeake Bay. And we got it, there were all these little islands and all these little creeks running off where we were. And guess what was there? A lighthouse, like in Comet's 9 Lives that we read last week. So I thought that was really cool, and I thought to take a picture of it, but that was all I did, was think about taking a picture of it. I didn't get any further than thinking about it. So there's no picture of the lighthouse that I saw. But anyway, we had a really, really nice day, and now today I'm paying the price. Now, the thing that was different about this lighthouse, though, it seemed to be a metal structure, just all metal, like a tower, and then it maybe had some bricks on the inside, but it didn't look like it was big enough for anybody to live there, which a lot of lighthouses don't have lighthouse keepers anymore because they're all run. I don't know how they're run. Truthfully, I don't know how they're run. But I know I've been to quite a few lighthouses, and I've never seen a lighthouse keeper living there. So that's the only thing I can tell you about that. So today, are my glasses okay? I'm wondering why I'm looking at you and I can't see you. Well, it's because I've got a big old fingerprint right in the middle of my one lens. Let's see if I can see you now. Oh, there we go. There you are. There I am. I'm looking at me. I'm so weird sometimes. Okay, I have another Jan Brett book for you today. It's called, and I'm not really sure how to pronounce this guy's name, so I'm just going to fudge it because there's no directions on how to pronounce this guy's name. But if you can see, he's a bear. And his name is Berlioz, I think. Berlioz. Berlioz the bear? We're going to go with Berlioz because it's the end of it is kind of like the word lion. Lion would have an N instead of a Z. So I'm going to go with Berlioz. Berlioz the bear. And what do you think Berlioz is doing there? Looks like he's playing an instrument. This instrument is called a bass. And it's played with a bow, like a violin. We read something the other day, I don't remember what it was, but we read something where the fiddlers all got out and took their fiddles. Well, this is a huge, like, fiddle. You can't put this one under your chin, though. This one you have to put on the floor. A smaller version of this one would be called a cello. So anyway, Berlioz the bear, and it looks like they live in a faraway place, like maybe Germany or Austria or Hungary. That's just, and the clothing that they're wearing is very embroidered, and I don't know. It just looks very European to me, which is right straight across the ocean from us. Whoa, my hair just fell down. Have to fix that. So here we go. Maybe Austria, the Alps, maybe are big, famous, very rocky mountains, the Alps with a lot of snow. Zum, zum, buzz, zum, zum, buzz. Berlioz had been practicing for weeks, and now, just when the orchestra was going to play in the village square for a gala ball, a strange buzz was coming from his double bass. A strange buzz. Why now, Berlioz said to himself. A strange buzz. Do we know of anything that makes a buzzing sound? Maybe, maybe not. The musicians arrived with their instruments. See, here they all are, arriving with their instruments. I'm trying not to get too much glare on there. Ugh. Maybe. I don't know how people do lighting, but I just don't seem to have any luck. But there they are in their wagon, and they're arriving with their cases, with their instruments. As Berlioz watched them climb aboard the bandwagon, all he could think about was his buzzing bass. What if his bass buzzed during the ball? What if the dancers stopped dancing and laughed at him? Zum, zum, buzz, zum, zum, buzz, he imagined. Berlioz picked up the reins and clucked to the mule. A mule is like a donkey. Does he look like he's ready to go? I don't think so. Well, he did go. They went off down the road, and he was so worried that he didn't see a hole in the road ahead. And suddenly the wagon lurched to a stop. The front wheel was stuck in the hole. And the mule took one look back, sat down, and yawned. So that's what's going on there. He's yawning because you can see that front wheel is stuck in a hole. Well, let's see what happens. Oh dear, said Berlioz as he tried to get the mule to stand up and pull the bandwagon out of the hole. What can we do? We'll be late for the ball. I'll help you, said a rooster who was passing by on his way to the ball. I'll just tug on the rope and pull you out, he bragged. And the rooster pulled and pulled, but the mule stayed put. Now, remember, Jan Brett is the one with the pretty pictures. So all of these people up here are going to the ball. Everybody's getting ready. They're going to the ball. Here's a little kitty cat. And that looks like a goat right there. A tabby, which would be a cat, a tabby cat, who had been watching from the top of the fence, spoke up smugly. That isn't a job for a featherweight, he purred. I'll do it for you. And he took hold of the rope and pulled, but the mule wouldn't move. Uh-oh, the mule just would not move. I see some dogs going now to the party. And here's the town, the church spire. Oh my, said Berlioz. At this rate, we'll never get to the ball on time. And everyone put on their concert coattails, so we'll be ready to start as soon as we get there. So they all were getting dressed in the wagon because they were going to be late. Just then, a Schnauzer is a German kind of dog that doesn't shed, comes in different sizes. They're very cute dogs. Just then, a Schnauzer came trotting over the hill. He took one look at the cat and sniffed. A furball like you can't pull a bandwagon. Here, let me have that rope. And he panted and he pulled, but the wagon stayed put. So the Schnauzer couldn't do it either. Now Berlioz handed out the music. Everyone, take out your instruments. We'll start tuning up here. Before concerts, musicians tune their instruments so that it sounds wonderful instead of, if somebody's instrument is out of tune, it doesn't sound good. So that's what they were doing. So along came a prancing billy goat, like the three billy goats gruff. So now we've got the rooster, the cat, the dog, and the billy goat pulling the wagon. He looked at the Schnauzer and he snorted, "Move over, Squirt, and let me do it. I'll have this wagon out in no time." And the billy goat strained forward. But to his surprise, he got nowhere. That wagon was still stopped. So Berlioz checked his pocket watch. You see, he's checking his pocket watch. It's not something he wears on his wrist. He puts it in his pocket. It's a pocket watch. It's a round watch. There wasn't much time left. He was about to give up when he heard a new voice. "Allow me," said a plow horse coming across the field. "This will be easy. I spend my days pulling." But even the plow horse could not move the mule. The mule wasn't going to pull. This is too hard. Berlioz he tugged at his ears. It was almost time for the ball to begin. He looked around and saw a large ox lumbering toward them. And lumbering means he's moving heavily, because that's how oxen move. "Everyone tune up. Here comes someone who can pull us out." "You're saved," roared the ox. "This poor plow horse means well, but only I am strong enough to pull a bandwagon full of musicians." Look who's coming now. Pigs. So let's see if that ox gets him out. He twisted the rope around his horns and gave a mighty tug. The animals held their breaths, but the mule wouldn't budge. The clock on the tower started to chime. 8 o'clock. Bong, 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 bong. 8 o'clock. I have a clock that does that, but not as loud as a clock tower. Mine's called a grandfather clock. "Oh no!" Berlioz shouted. In desperation, he pulled his bow across the strings, and to his dismay, he was sad to hear zum, zum, buzz, buzz. Did you figure out what that is yet? All the musicians turned to look at the buzzing double bass. So here they are. They're all looking at it. Like, oh my goodness, that's not right. That's not what it sounds like. It just doesn't sound like that. Out of the bass shot a very angry, did you figure it out? Bee. It had been disturbed once too often, and the first thing it saw as it flew out of the base was the hind quarters, the back legs of the mule. Guess what he did? Buzz! Stung that bee. Do you think that got the mule up? It kind of looks like he's going in that direction. With one giant sting, the bee made the mule jump to his feet and pulled the bandwagon of musicians out of the hole, down the road, and into the village square before the bells had stopped chiming. So there they go. All it took was one teeny little bee. The audience roared. "What an entrance!" they cried, and the orchestra, already dressed and tuned, began to play. Zum, 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 zum. It was hard to say who had more fun at the ball, the musicians or the dancers. Berlioz had never played better. "Encore, Berlioz! Encore!" Berlioz came forward. "Thank you all, and this evening I would like to dedicate our encore to the buzzing bee." And this piece of music is called The Flight of the Bumblebee. And that is a real thing, the flight of the bumblebee. If you ask Mom and Dad, maybe they can Google it for you, and you can listen to it a little bit. It's interesting. It's interesting. In the meantime, I want to teach you a song, and it's about a bee. Okay? You remember the song that I taught you about, the mosquito. Old Mr. Skeety, he fly high. Old Mr. Skeety, he fly low. Old Mr. Skeety gonna land on me, and he ain't gonna fly no more. Well, I did have a couple of skeeties land on me. I have 3 mosquito bites on my legs. I don't like that. But with the B, don't want one of those. So here's the song. I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Ouch! He bit me. I'm squishing up the baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm squishing up the baby bumblebee. Ew, he's all over me. I'm wiping off the baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm wiping off the baby bumblebee. Now my mommy won't be mad at me. You think she won't? You're going to have baby bumblebee all over your shirt or your pants. Ick, 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 ick. Practice your sight words. Practice your alphabet. Practice your counting. And I'll see you tomorrow.